Whether it's fun in the summer sun or enjoying a winter snowfall, nothing compares to getting into the out there and enjoying what nature has to offer. It could also offer just what the doctor ordered, a healthier you.
Yes, a new study concludes that nature could be the antidote to a host of health issues like anxiety, depression, asthma, and high blood pressure.
Joining us this morning is Dr. Dolapo Babalola, professor of clinical family medicine at Morehouse School of Medicine. Thank you so much for joining us and being with us. You know, it feels obvious, but it's sometimes in the wintertime you need that reminder to get outside. It's good for you.
That's right. Well, thanks for having me. You know, it's so important that we have to be intentional about it. You know, during the winter periods, I have patients tell me it's too cold outside. I've also used that excuse, but I know the benefit of being outside. So suddenly, safety first, just make sure you dress for the weather, but being outside, just the sunlight that radiates through the optic nerve, that's the nerve that gets to the back brain, which is called the emotional brain. It just generates a lot of great hormones that decreases depression and the need for medication. I know personally several years ago when I started walking outdoor and taking my exercise outdoor, I was able to get rid of 3 blood pressure medicines because my blood pressure was high. So there's a benefit of walking, getting that vitamin D, which is essential for our health, and also the movement that we need.
So that's really good. I mean, you have to realize that there are these aspects of nature throughout the year, including winter. But sometimes the winter months, right, it can be really hard to get outside. Are there ways you can suggest getting around that? Are there ways that we can still receive the benefits but without necessarily getting outdoors?
Well, I mean, we always want to have the mindset it's not all or nothing. So no matter how little it is, whether it's just maybe 10 minutes,
that's a good point.
Get dressed, cover up really well, and dress for the weather, right?
Yes.
And so you do that. Or maybe out, if you're in your house, just have the blinds open so that you get at least some light that comes through that gives you the benefit of the vitamin D. Now, if you want to make those movements, of course, there's several channels on YouTube. You can, walk in space, in the same spot, or maybe climb the stairs so you get the benefits of movement. But again, you'll also get the benefits of the vitamin D that will come true. The light is so important because if you stay indoor, that will definitely cause a lot of mood destabilization, and you want to make sure that you're in that happy space.
Great tip.
As much as we want to, humans are not meant to hibernate in the wintertime, although it's very tempting. So the study also discovered that there are benefits to green and blue space and the proximity to your home. What are those spaces and how does that work?
Yes, so the beauty of the blue and green spaces is because of the amount of light that is generated. And we find that not only for 36% of people that have high blood pressure, if they spend 3 to 4 just days a week, maybe about 10, 20 minutes outdoors, they get that benefit of the light rays. And then in areas where you're actually closer to, the lights and closer to the homes, you actually get double the benefit. So in terms of homes, if you have your blinds closed, then you don't get that. If you have homes where you build them closer to the light, then you actually get the benefits of the light rays. Now, of course, it depends on how your home is set. The curtains, if you open them and you don't have the dark curtains, you do need the dark curtains at night because you want to sleep. But during the day, you want to open that. So that gives you the benefit for the blue and the green rays and spaces that you get.
I knew there was a reason I like bright houses. It's really beneficial, right? So about how much time do we really need to spend outdoors to get this kind of benefit? I mean, you mentioned a few minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Obviously, maybe the longer the better, but is there some kind of range that you can give us?
Well, for the vitamin D benefits, it's actually estimated about 10 to 15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes within the hours of 10 and 2 p.m. That's when you get the maximum benefit. Now, first thing in the morning, I recommend that because it helps set your circadian rhythm, which actually gets your day going, and then helps you to sleep better at night. So I would recommend somewhere between the 10 to 15 minutes within that time frame. But again, remember to wear your sunscreen if you're going to be longer. So it's not all or nothing. If maybe 10 minutes is what you can do, that's fine.
Good tips, just for getting outside. It's something that's so simple that can help us so much. But are there any other tips you have for getting us through some of these long winter months and being as healthy as we possibly can be?
Yes, certainly. Now, I recommend, because we have to be intentional about this, you either find a buddy, because if you don't find a buddy, naturally we want to stay indoor. either find a buddy or join an organization. I'm part of an organization called Walk with a Dog, and it was started by the cardiologist who was like, I want to walk the talk. I don't want to just see patients and do tons of stents. How about let's walk outdoor? So we started that. He started this, and it's an international organization. So all over the world, you have these organizations where you actually get outside. You know, if you go with a buddy, you're more in tune to do that. So we do this regularly in my clinic and in the school that I'm at. We have patients come out, and they actually come out because somebody is there to encourage them. So we move, no matter how, we spend about 30 minutes of movement, which is the recommendation actually by the American Heart Association. 5 days a week, 30 minutes. You can do them in increments. It doesn't all have to be 30 minutes. So I would recommend a buddy, join an organization. Just make sure that you're intentional about the movement because you get several benefits.
Keeps you accountable.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Great tips.
Thank you.
Thank you.